If you had John Cena turning heel on your 2025 bingo card, you had a very rare bingo card. I'm still processing what happened at Elimination Chamber. I didn't realize how big of an impact John Cena had on children and the business until he turned heel last Saturday. I took my daughter on a trip to Toronto to catch John Cena on his retirement tour because she is the biggest John Cena fan. We bought the hat, bought the shirt, the bands, even the towel, because we had to catch him on the tour and he turned heel. And, you know, as an adult, as a fan who's watched him over the years, part of me is kind of happy about it. But to see my daughter just devastated after he turned heel, you know, wanting to rip up the sign that we made for him, you know, it made me realize the impact that he had. But here's why I think John Cena turning heel is best for business. Right now is the time. WWE is in need of more heels. They've got faces right now with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. They don't necessarily need John Cena to be the face of the company anymore like they did, you know, for the last 10, 15, 20 years. They finally have wrestlers who are able to take that number one spot. So, you know, now is the time. I think that's what they were waiting for. They were waiting for somebody who can have that impact with kids, you know, who could be a good positive role model, you know, for the person that kids can cheer for. And they have that, you know, even if you look at t-shirt sales, you know, in November of 2024, the top 5 t-shirt sellers, we had Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and number 5 was John Cena. Whereas in years past, he was the number 1 t-shirt seller. He was the face of the company. I think that number shifted now since he made his retirement tour. You know, he's back on top. Heck, you know, I bought all the merchandise, but the WWE doesn't necessarily need that right now. The second reason why it makes sense for John Cena to turn heel right now is that it really creates a classic heel versus babyface match at WrestleMania. Now we've got the biggest babyface in the company, Cody Rhodes, facing what will probably be the biggest heel in the company in John Cena at WrestleMania 41. And that just makes a great storyline. You've got somebody that you really, really want to cheer for and somebody that you really, really want to boo, and such polarizing opponents that we get to see wrestle. Number 3, it's such a shocking and attractive storyline. When I look at the headlines and, you know, what's on social media feeds in the past couple of days, you know, it's been all about John Cena turning heel. And, you know, what a shock. The only person that I know that predicted that was a guy sitting next to me at Elimination Chamber. You know, he called it at the beginning of the show. He said, you know, I have a feeling that John Cena is going to turn heel. And I just couldn't believe him. You know, in a way, I could kind of see it later on in his retirement tour. You know, I saw him maybe losing at WrestleMania, maybe missing his opportunity at Money in the Bank, and him getting a little desperate to get that 17th championship. And then him turning heel to be able to do it. Like, I could see that. But I didn't see him doing that this early in the retirement tour because, you know, for me as a fan, I was really invested in really rooting for him to get this 17th championship. And I could see a lot of people buying tickets as part of his retirement tour to watch history and to see him get that 17th championship. And now with him turning heel, I remember that night just kind of almost feeling a little weird about it and like, oh, I don't know if I want to root for him now. And, you know, it wasn't really a good feeling that I had about this retirement tour. So I'm really grateful that I got to see him while he was still face, and also to witness history and see him turn heel. But it puts a different spin on it. But what I could also see are the older fans, you know, people that would sing John Cena sucks during his entrance, I could see them, getting on board with his heel character, and, the older crowd checking him out on his retirement tour. And maybe that's what it's all about, to get as much eyes on the storyline and to get as much eyes on the business as possible. And that's what they've done. I read a headline where it was, 600 million views in 12 hours, the most viewed video in WWE history. So it is something popular. It's something shocking. It's something on people's minds that people want to talk about. So it is what's best for business, whether we like it or not. I'm just, grateful for the opportunity to witness it live. I'm grateful to live through this moment. I think that we're in such a peak and rise of the wrestling industry right now. And just grateful to be a fan and to be grateful to witness it live. Not only in person, but just to be along for the ride for it. I've been a wrestling fan since, as early as I can remember, 3 years old, watching Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. That's a match that really stood out to me, and one of my earliest memories as a human being, and have been a fan all the way throughout. So I'm really grateful to be able to live and experience these storylines. That's why I believe that, it's best for business for John Cena to turn heel. Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Wrestling Knows Best. It's a channel where we discuss wrestling and tied into skills that can help you through life. So you can come for the wrestling and stay for the self-development. So make sure to like and subscribe. I know that most of this video was just me reflecting on the events that happened this past weekend, but it's important in life to just pause and reflect. Reflecting is such a big part of learning. So it's totally okay to just, take things in, process things, reflect on it, talk it through. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to create this video. With that said, I'm going to pause here, and we'll see you in the next video.